Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. In this video, we are going to provide 57% of the team kills, and we're going to do it all in a crab. Now, right out of the gate, I'm going to call BS because we're doing this in a crab 27 BS. See what I did there? It's outfitted with 3 large pulse lasers, top speed 90.7 kph. Now, the crab, as a generalized statement across the chassis, is a very nice mech. It has a low profile, a very narrow profile when looking straight on at an enemy. Crabs are notoriously tanky, so they've got good battlefield survivability. A huge factor contributing to the survivability and tankiness on the crabs is the fact that if you're looking straight at an enemy, you can spread a lot of the incoming damage simply by wiggling your nose, and it isn't a big wiggle. It doesn't take much to spread that damage to the side hitboxes and not take it all on any one component. Now, jumping into the action on this drop that's playing out, we're on a skirmish match on River City, and we're playing around with a piranha who thinks he can run through our lines unmolested. While that's going on, I notice a shadow cat, and he's up on the higher ground. We can't allow him to remain up there unmolested because he's getting free shots down onto my teammates in the buildings. So we're going to put some harassing fire on there. He's open CT, his back is open as well, and his side torso is now down. So this is definitely one we want to finish off, get the kill, and push him out of our left flank and not allow him to move back into a position where he can have overwatch on my team. So as we push forward, he hasn't fully bugged out of the area. He's just pulled back a little bit. We're going to trade some shots here a little bit, but I definitely have superior firepower in this scenario, so I'm very confident taking him on in this mech, and there goes the kill right through his center torso. As I whip around, the enemy has pushed into our position amongst the buildings, so I'm going to get back towards our team, and actually, I may take over the Shadowcat's position on Overwatch on the high ground, because that's going to allow me to get lots of extra shots in on things like, I don't know, a Highlander who is open rear CT. Couple of shots on that CT, and that should take him out of the game. He's decided to go vertical to get over the buildings, and that brings him right up into a beautiful weapons shot for our second kill of the match. That second kill means I've only contributed 50% of my team's kills. I've got to step up the pace, and in order to do that, I've got to step out to the right so that I can bring all of my weapons to bear on a target, something juicy like a roughneck with an open CT. We're going to get some shots on him, and I think I took another component off of him, but my weapons fire is going to attract the attention of his teammates, and I can't have that. Standing up on the high ground with no cover is a bad place to be once you are spotted. So I relocate down low, go after the Timberwolf. I really want that left torso because there's a lot of weapons to be had in the left torso, left arm. I'm going to shift around and see if I can get a different angle on him, and that's when the Mad Cat shows up. So we do a quick juke there, taking damage on some different components, trying to spread the damage around a little bit. He's open CT now. We've taken half of his firepower off the board, and there's the kill shot for number 3 on Mr. Mad Cat. But now the team is really coming after me, and they're in hot pursuit. So I need to do some evasive maneuvers, run through the buildings. Hopefully I can disengage and lose my pursuers, or at least confound them a little bit so that I can come at them from a different angle yet again. Coming up around the ramp, we're going to head into these buildings, and that's where we see Mr. Raven going vertical. I don't like the fact that he's getting spots on me, and there is our roughneck. We blast through the rest of his center torso and get the kill on the roughneck for kill number 4, but it's too little, too late. I'm focused down by the rest of the enemy team, and we finish this one off with 4 kills, 6 components destroyed, 606 damage done. Moving on to our next drop. This one's got us playing Domination on Viridian Bog, and I need to point something out in the name of team damage. No, not that I'm about to give some, but a lot of people get upset and wonder why their teammates lit them up, and it's because of this right here. you can see I have a friendly urban mech in front of me, but when I locked on to an enemy target that was further away, for a brief second, it looked like that target designation was fully bracketing the urban mech. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but before getting very salty with another player, just realize that this situation does happen, and it does happen quite often. Now, it should be no surprise to anyone the fact that my team is more towards Echo 5 and the enemy team is more towards Delta 6. That's because of the map in this game mode and based on where the drop locations are for the respective teams. The enemy does have some long-range units in the Echo 7 Delta 7 area, and after a quick look around the board, it's those units that I want to actively engage. Now, some of you are screaming, but you're not set up for long-range dueling, and you're right, but there's 3 important reasons why I want to take this fight. Number 1, I am only doing chip damage to those units at this range, but over time, chip damage can add up, and my hope is that I'm going to weaken some enemy armor, possibly take something important off the mech before they push into the fight so that they're coming in a weakened condition. Reason number 2 is that I'm able to spot their location, relay that information to my teammates, and bait shots and consumables out of those units that they can't use on larger formations of my teammates. Last but not least, the third and most important reason why I'm taking that fight is because I want to lock them down in the Echo 7 Delta 7 area and keep them watching for me and looking my way as opposed to moving in, because where they're at, they've got crappy shooting lanes to where my team is fighting Delta 4, Delta 5. So if you're finding all of this fascinating and these tips are helping you out in any way, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons and make sure you don't miss out on any future content. Now, after a brief distraction with the urban mech, I'm going to go back up onto the high ground. I want to put suppression fire on the enemy units that are on the high ground at Delta 5, especially that missile boat. Let's see if we can back him off and at least temporarily take him out of the equation while he repositions, and he's taken some heavy damage. He's opened both side torsos, and now the enemy is starting to peek around the right side of Delta 5. We'll get some chip shots in on them, and as I back up, just for good measure, I'm going to whip around and do some shots into that Echo 7 Delta 7 area just to keep these guys honest and keep them focused, make them think that they're really doing good work out there in the outskirts. So they've got somebody with DACA, they've got somebody with lasers, and it looks like they've got somebody with missiles. So we'll bait some shots out of those guys. Again, keeping them locked down. And as long as they think they're being active shooters out there, I'm fine with that. Now comes the time to push in and go for the gold. The score is 6-5, and my teammates are converging on the backside of Delta 5. That's going to further alienate the long-range units that are still in Echo 7 Delta 7. So we're going to push in with them, going after the Spider, who is one-touch CT. There's also a Highlander back here. He's fairly fresh, but he's also being focused heavily, and now he's open CT, so it's only a matter of time until we can get eyes on him to get the kill shot. I'm swinging around to the left. I want that Highlander, and there we go. We're getting some more shots now on him. He's trying to get back into cover, but he's not doing it fast enough. We managed to take right torso, and if I can get one shot through that CT, there it is. Kill shot on him. There's somebody else standing next to it, and we're going to get a kill shot, and it was the Spider. The Spider from earlier was trying to hide around the rock outcropping on those steps, so we managed to take him out of the game. There's the missile Mad Dog from earlier, and I know he's open both left and right torsos, so we should be able to pick him apart fairly easily. Looking for the angle when we come across an enemy rifleman coming down the stairs. He's open CT. We add some damage to that CT and making him a good kill for a teammate to pick up. We're just going to start pushing into the stairs. Mad Dog has relocated to the high ground, so we'll do some damage to him, and again, a teammate focuses him down and gets the kill. We're taking some fire from our right side, so get cover behind the tree and backing out. There is the Shadow Cat. That is the Shadow Cat from the beginning of the drop who was out in Echo 7, Delta 7. He's just now pushed in to be able to engage us, and he's heavily damaged. We managed to take the kill on that one for kill number 3 of this match, and we're going to push up the stairs looking for the last remaining enemy unit. So if the Shadow Cat was any indication, I think I have an idea of who the remaining unit is. We had the LB2 Rifleman push in, we had the Shadow Cat with AC2 push in, and the last of the trio that was out there was a missile boat. And sure enough, there is a Supernova with missiles. We'll get a couple of little shots on him. The tree is blocking me, gosh darn it. But we'll continue doing some damage. Duck behind the rock. Use the tree for cover. I want to push him and get in underneath his missile range and where I have DPS superiority on him. Now, he doesn't like this at all. He's going to shoot me with his little lasers. That's fine. I'm going to continue to focus that right torso, open it up, take the torso. He's open CT, and a teammate picks up the kill on him. So we finished this one off with 3 kills, 8 components destroyed, 762 damage done.